Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it saying
How are
recording for you,
you?
Sonia?
It is. Yeah. I was
Okay, I
waiting.
just
I'm
made sure
like,
because
do
the
I
last
say
couple weeks has
anything?
been
Yeah.
taking extra long for you. I just want to make sure
It was.
we're all on
Yeah,
the
I don't
same
know what the
page.
deal is.
They were
Yeah.
updating. So, how's everyone's week?
It's waking.
It's,
It's doing
it's
its thing.
great. It's great. It's good. I am sick. It is what it is. I like at work, I called in sick. And my manager was really rude. And I complained to my other manager. And then the other manager sent me an email and kind of pretty much said it's your fault. So it was like, you make me hit you pretty much type thing. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's fantastic. So it's okay. I was like, I didn't respond. I was like, good, because like you have to work there.
Yeah.
I was like, fine. But I'm glad I stuck up for myself because I did say like I deserve to be treated with more respect. Like,
Yeah.
and
Which you
everyone
do.
does. So,
Like,
yeah. Like, so if you're being mistreated, speak up. Like it's
Well, and
important
it's
for
like,
your own mental health
like
and stuff.
I've had shitty jobs that didn't feel shitty because management was great. You know what I mean? But then I've had like good
Yeah.
jobs that normally I would love, but the management were fucking dickholes and it made it impossible to work there. It's like I'm crying after work because the manager did something, not even a customer.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
had that like recently. My last job, I worked at Walmart for a bit, and like she fucking gaslit me the whole time. So I was like, never again am I gonna let that happen, and I didn't. And so
Sprinkle.
you know, you're never too old to learn and stand up for yourself.
It's true. Jessica,
I
what
mean,
are you drinking and what are you?
Okay, so I am drinking rum and coke, some more Sailor Jerry's. It's my go-to now, I guess. But I'm drinking it out because Terrifier 3 just came out this week. I'm trying to like find a babysitter so I can go see it because it's playing down at Jackson. So I want to go see it. But so I got my Art Krispies Stanley Cup style thing. Because I love Art the Clown. He's like so funny. And he's just like my new obsession right now. So
He's all over TikTok. There's so many cap cuts of him. Like, it's ridiculous.
well, I just think it's so great that his character originally was like a short film. And then it was like a sub character and other things. And then he finally got his own movie, Terrifier. And now we're on Terrifier 3. I'm like, I love it. And like my friend Adam, who was on last week's episode, like he has a vendetta against Terrifier. He like, it's too long for him, whatever. I'm like, I don't care. You know what? I don't mind him slowly ripping out that person's guts and like wrapping them around and modeling it as if it were a costume. Like I am totally fine with him taking his time with that. I think he's funny. So, and I am dressed up as Roadkill. I got my little ears and my tire track.
tire tracks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sonia, what are you drinking and what are you?
Okay, so I'm drinking eggnog. I drank so many hot drinks today. I need something maybe cold will help. It's not, but I love eggnog, so it's okay. So the movie we're gonna do a review on is Rubber. I'm not any character in that, but I will tell you what I am when it's time. You know what? No, you know what? I'm a fucking snowman. You'll find out later. Okay, later in the episode, 30 minutes, you'll find out what I am.
We'll find out why you're a snowman.
I'm a snowman. My little top hat.
Oh my god. Okay, you should save that, right? And then come
Yeah.
Christmas time, like go fucking caroling dressed like that. just start going like walking in a winter wonderland. You're just like doing it just like that. Yeah, no, I think that would be a great
Oh my
idea.
gosh. And I have like a white coat, like makes me look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Perfect coat to wear for this.
I'll film it for TikTok. We'll go viral, baby. We gotta get listeners somehow.
People throwing tomatoes at me to get me to like leave their property. Get out of here.
They do it like Adam's Family, dump like boiling water on you from a cauldron. It doesn't have to be a cauldron. It can be a pot, but the boiling water.
It's a little intense, but sure. Yeah.
What about you, Dawn?
I was drinking this like Frago drink, but it hurt my tummy, so now I moved on to water because I can't deal with sugar. And I know you guys can't read it, but I'm housekeeper. I worked so hard on writing this sign saying I'm housekeeper, though Jessica thought I was a priest.
Okay, YouTube watchers, did you not get priest? Like it's giving.
Did you like zoom in right when she?
I'm trying to like get it to stay. It's like moving. Anyway.
But yeah, so she's the housekeeper from the movie we were watching.
Yes.
Which was Sonia's pick.
Yeah. I don't know why I picked it. I was like, oh, like there's a scary movie about rubber, a tire. And I was like, it's gonna be great.
His name's actually Robert.
Yeah, his name's Robert the Tire.
His actually in the credits, he's named is Goodyear. Like he's played by Goodyear, and his character name is Robert.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. I was too busy watching the guy talk at the end of the credits. Like I was like, what's happening? But it's like it's just that other guy's face. Just like he's making like facial expressions at him, like what the fuck? But like
Had you seen this movie before? Yeah, like I was gonna say,
I've never even seen a commercial for it. I saw a poster one time, and I was like, let's watch this movie. I gotta do a little bit. A homicidal car tire discovering it has destructive sonic power set its sights on a desert town once a mysterious woman becomes its obsession. That's the I want to show the poster for this. Hold on, let me click on it bigger. Hold on, let me see.
For our YouTube people, if you're listening, you can just Google it. Just look it up. Google it. Do a little bit of work so you know what we're looking at. Or just listen. It's fine.
Yeah. This is YouTube exclusive. It's going there. It won't let me zoom in, but this is the poster. The like just stand like you're like seductively near a tire. Like
it's giving those like weird erotic books that we know about random objects like that like
Slippy.
Yeah.
Or the door. It's called Unhinged.
Yeah, like that's what it's giving. Like
or Fluff the pillow.
The fact it's called rubber. Like
I know.
What's another thing called rubber? Condoms.
Like,
yeah, but there's nothing sexy in this movie except for like
there could have been
one scene, but like there's no like them getting together in the end. Like the theme.
I thought it was going to be a romance at first. I'm not going to lie, guys. I thought it was going to be a romance for a second there when he was like stalking her and.
First, like when it started, I thought there was going to be a fucking jump scare, and I was so worried. Like the part where like the tire comes to life, I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh! And then it was just like the tire moving. I was like, oh, like those movies where you like the like jump scares where you're like, it's just a beautiful scenery and you're staring, trying to look for something, and like some bitch pops out. I thought that was gonna happen, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But no, it's a fucking tire, just like do.
Blows
And like
people
it's
up with
very
its
like
psychic powers, even though it doesn't have a brain.
it's crazy. Like it gives off like TIFF, like the TIFF awards in Toronto every September vibes. Like that, it's like a college movie project.
Indie film, yeah.
Yeah. Budget was $10. Everybody was volunteering their time.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like an all-star cast, okay? There's Fat Neil from Community.
Yeah.
There's what's his name? Glenn from Gilmore Girls. Like there's other people I recognized. Like it's
Yeah. It was interesting, and let me find my notes. I know we talked about it. We have to get them. Okay. We're gonna go. What is it? The best scene. Dahmer, you go first.
I liked how the tired, like, taking his own shower and stuff. Like, when the housekeeper comes in and she's just tired taking a shower. I was like, yeah, he's one of us, okay? And he watches NASCAR like one of us. That was my, like, that's the best.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that the housekeeper, like, heard the shower running and still was like, I'm gonna check. Like, I feel like that it's a little bit of a violation of privacy.
Right? Like, the whole thing. It just, like, yeah.
And that goes with my worst one. I'll explain that later, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just going off, like, the whole, like, tire taking a shower thing. Can you imagine just waking up one day and you're sentient? You're like, what am I? And that's the first question you would ask in the world as a sentient. What am I? And that's so deep.
I figure like kids go through that around the age of like 7, and they realize that like death is real. They go through that like mini crisis. I feel like that's exactly what this tire went through.
Yeah.
Like when it's like, oh
its
my
whole
god,
life.
fuck. Yeah. Well, it was only a day or 2 days or something like that. But like he woke up and he's just like when kids are like all of a sudden like really scared because like what is life? And
they start like using magnifying glasses to kill ants. And you're like,
yes, exactly.
You know, like, that's what he was doing. He was just
get really
ants.
morbid with it.
My favorite scene was, sorry, I'm just checking my notes because I wrote a couple. Was when the cop shows that none of the stuff is real.
Yeah, at the beginning, it don't matter.
It don't matter. Shoot me, and like, you know, and like he's like, you're holding a stuffed alligator. He's pulling off like his cop badge and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's not real. But then all of a sudden, like the other guy, the setup guy, I don't know, he comes and he's like, there's still an audience member, a spectator watching. We have to keep going. We have to
pretend it's still real. Yeah.
And he's like just having to continue the scene with bullet wounds bleeding out of him. Like, I thought it's very meta.
Yeah.
Very like,
I feel it's very like Canadian comedy, like where dry humor, like you have to just like find everything funny. You have to like know how to find a punchline without a laugh track or without a joke being set up. Like, I feel like you have to understand the world around you in order to enjoy it.
Liam Neeson, another Canadian comedy, like, you know, like Airplane and that kind of stuff, where it's like joke upon joke, and there's no setup. It's just absurdist.
Yes.
Absurdist.
It's definitely like, what the fuck the whole time.
Well, everything happens for no reason.
Yeah,
that's right. That's the whole plot of the movie. It says it's about this tire, but the whole plot of the movie, no reason.
It's nonsense. No reason.
No reason. That is the moral of the story. Which it gets super irritating, which I will get to one of my worst scene. But like my best scene was when so part of the movie they all get poisoned because they're starving. So the one guy like throws them all a turkey, but then there's one audience member left, and then the guy like makes this guy like a meal, and he's like, "Oh, I want this." And he's like, I'm not hungry," and then he's like eats the food himself. And then he's like, "Oh God, I'm dying. This was supposed to be for you. Like you're the fucking moron that ate the food. You know, you knew it was poison." And then he's like, "Help me, I'm dying." No, like I was like, yeah, that's like. At first, I thought he was like, "Oh, like he hates his job. He's just gonna commit suicide." But no, he just absentmindedly ate all this food because he was stress eating. That was my favorite scene. Like. I just like the way he did it. Like the way I just enjoyed the way he died, and like the guy in the wheelchair is like I'm just gonna watch my movie.
He's spectating. He's doing God's work. People died for this.
He loved this movie. He loved the tire movie. So for those that haven't watched it, it starts off with a bunch of spectators in the desert watching this movie they're making about a tire. So
live action
movie. It's like theater. But the tire is alive and you're watching it. The tire is its own person.
Well, that's that dying scene, like the group dying scene, when like first the kid's like, Dad, I think it's really bad. And he's like, you're fine. You probably just ate too much. We all eat too much.
Yeah.
Like, what? Your kid's
it was like
agonizing pain.
It was one turkey. There's no way you all ate too much.
But I'm just like, you need to watch this tire movie so bad. You're like, no, son. No.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're fine. Jessica, do you want to start with the worst scene?
Sure. So my worst scene is near the end. Kind of like when the tire like dies and then turns into like a tricycle. And it just happened like so fast. And I was like, there's no, like, I understand there's no reason. Like, I got this by this point in the movie. Okay. Like, I'm there.
Are you sure?
I'm there. But like, I felt like I almost kind of sympathized with Robert the tire for a little bit, right? And I was like, for him just to die like that, like the sheriff guy, the fake sheriff guy, pulls out like this just destroyed tire and throws on the ground. He's like, I'm done, blah blah, it's done. And in my head, I'm just like, that tire deserved better. You know what I mean? Like it just felt rushed, which I understand, no reason. But I'm just saying, I feel like the tire almost deserved a heroic death. Like I would have wanted to see that.
Yeah, like the town band together because he went on a killing spree because the tire fires, and then he killed everybody. At that point, I was like, oh, maybe all the tires came to life. Like he got and then they just killed everybody. But it was just one fucking tire killing everybody. Nobody did anything. So you'd think like his death maybe would be like a standoff or like people just start shooting at him or something.
Right?
Death by cop. Well, technically it was death by cop, but you know, like how it usually is. Well, it is usually they just go in your house and shoot you. But I mean like in action movies where
well, and they did that whole like dynamite scene where they were like, he's gonna blow up the mannequin and set off the dynamite, and then it just didn't work and then moved on. I was like, what? That was so epic. It was such a lead up. I was like, and then just for him to die like that was just more.
Yeah. He deserved more. Domri, what was your worst scene?
Okay, back to showering. So the girl, okay, this pissed me off so much. Okay, if I'm sleeping in a motel, okay, and then I'm gonna go for a shower. First of all, I'm not leaving my front door open and then leaving my bathroom door open to hop in the shower. Like, how unrealistic is that? You're gonna fucking shut your door. Okay, but no, she didn't because it has to be open, obviously, so the tire can creep in. But oh my God, it frustrated me. I'm like, who the fuck showers with not one but both doors open? Like, fuck off. She didn't even close the bathroom. That one pissed me off. I'm so mad.
Exhibitionist.
Being slutty in the shower.
That's right.
That's
She's
what
having
I'm
a slutty
doing.
shower.
It just fucking pissed me off. I was like, that's bullshit.
I'm gonna start having slutty showers now, just for fun.
Fucking every fucking door open in the house. Doesn't matter whose door it is, it's staying open.
I'm like, I'm taking a shower. My husband's like, opens the front door, like
the front door, the back door, all
You don't even close your shower curtain. You leave that open too. You're just like
the water everywhere. It's like, oh baby.
You can like have tickets at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, depending on what door you get past, you have to pay like a ticket for each door, each gateway.
$1 to get through the front door, just standing in my front hallway, hearing me like sing in the shower badly. Like
Yeah. Whatever.
What about you, Sonia?
Yeah, you.
Okay. We understand it's no reason. Who the fuck is the guy? Master. Okay. That is, you never find out who Master is. That's like the worst thing. I was like, who the fuck is the Master? Who? Why?
Maybe it's like their god?
Like it's a cult? But like there's only 2 people like who like had the Master. Everyone else was real life people. I don't know, but then there's
maybe
that guy
they're
in
the
the
script
car.
writers. I don't. They're the ones controlling. I don't know.
And like
No
they can only
reason.
see the cameras. Yeah, I understand it was no reason, but I needed closure, and I got zero closure. I needed closure, and I got none. Absolutely no closure for this movie, and it's a little frustrating. I think I need therapy. It was just like just no reason.
No reason.
No reason. It's supposed to give you an existential crisis. You know?
Yeah,
it's
that's the whole thing, I guess, right? Like that's the hit.
How did they gather the people, the spectators? How? Like they just showed up in the desert, and then it just starts. And I was like, how did it begin?
Why did none of them bring food?
Yeah, like no movie snack.
Outside food? Like I don't.
Like, yeah, why didn't you leave to get a snack and come back?
Maybe they were told if they leave, they can't come back. Like I don't.
Where's all the cars? Where did they park?
Yeah, how did they get there?
Was it like a bus? Like kind of like when we went on the wine tour, like you have to meet at a meeting place and then the bus takes you.
But we didn't see the bus. That's what I mean. Like, where's the beginning? There was like no beginning.
Prequel?
No end. There's no beginning.
Like I need to know like before Rubber. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah, a prequel and maybe a sequel. I need like a trilogy.
Yeah, Rubber needs to be a trilogy right now. We're calling it.
That's right. Tell me what the fuck happened. Okay. Another question is the problematic scene.
Sonia, why don't you go first? Yeah.
Yeah.
You go first.
The tire was a pervert. Like that was pretty much like he was like kind of like a nice guy because he never hurt her. You know, I would never hurt you, but he's also like a pervert. Like, you know, I'm a nice guy, and like he and like he like hurt other people.
Yeah. Like I was just gonna say, like, he woke up a sentient being and then he like sees her and is obsessed. But like I don't know what his brain that doesn't exist. I just don't know. It's like maybe it's like so innocent, he's just childlike, or maybe he's just a 40-year-old nice guy.
That's it. He is a 40-year-old nice guy going through some kind of crisis.
His name's Robert, actually. So yeah, that's
fucking Robert. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, no, fucking pervert. Nice guy.
I can go next unless Don has one.
No, you go first, and then I'll go.
The racial profiling of the cops. Is he black?
Oh, the black tire.
Like they were correct, but it was just the assumption that made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they knew, and that was in 2010. Like, it's been a while and nothing's changed, guys. It's actually gotten worse.
Yep.
Yeah, these jokes were made like in the 80s too, and it hasn't gotten better. You know, like racial profiling has been known for a while in media, like comedy at least, and nope.
The Good Husband was actually watching Spy Hard with Liam Neeson. Wait, not Liam Neeson. Lee what's his name? From Airplane. Is it Liam Neeson? What's his name? But he was watching Spy Hard recently, and they were making like the same jokes from what's it called? Like about racial profiling and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, that movie's so old. Like the dude is dead now. Like the movie came out in 96. Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, there we go. I was like, it's not Liam, it's the other one. Yeah, and like they were making that jokes in the 90s. Like nothing has changed.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. It is what it is. It's just gotten worse. and he does like a lot of that like social justice comedy, and like he like that happens in a lot. That's what comedy's supposed to be like, not like the punching down. It's supposed to be like to like laugh about the oppressors and injustice in the world. But then you got guys like Matt Ruffalo making fun of like
special needs kids and domestic violence.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Rife. Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
I like Ruffle. I want to call him Ruffle now.
Matt Ruffle.
Whatever his fucking name is.
Okay. Rife. Matt Rife. But yeah, Ruffles is better.
But it's like people like it. And like that the puppet guy. Like that.
Oh, Dunham. Jeff Dunham.
Yeah. Never thought he was funny. Everyone's like, oh, it's hilarious. Like, no, like no.
Yeah, he's racist off the bat.
I don't find that type of comedy funny. I've never. Like even when I was like younger, I just like no, like be funny. Like actually set up a joke. Don't target people who aren't there to defend themselves or anything. Like or like when they have to go after audience members, like, oh, you're fat, ha ha ha. Like those kinds of things. Like, okay, man. Okay.
Yeah.
As a natural blonde who grew up in the 90s, as a child, hearing all the dumb blonde jokes, totally on a lesser scale than racism and everything. But it was like, I was like, I had to prove that I was not a dumb blonde. And that ended up making me a pick-me for a while. I'm not like the other girls. I'm not a dumb blonde, you know? And so I had to recover from that. And I'm like, you know who's dumb? It doesn't matter your hair color. Yeah, I was gonna say it's men.
Boys. No, like I personally don't know a blonde who like is like ditzy. I think I'm pretty ditzy. Like I'm more ditzy than any blonde I've ever met. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm not dumb. Sometimes I'm sure there's stuff I am dumb about, but most of the time I think I'm okay.
But average. Everyone is dumb about. Like
everyone has slow moments. Like you can't be witty 24/7. Your brain would just burn out.
That's right. You explode.
Yeah, you gotta have like moments of peace.
And I don't think you're like ditzy doesn't really like, at least from like the way it's used. I'm like, no, you're just being a silly goose.
Just a little goosey.
Silly Nelly.
And I figured out a long time, like took me a long time. That's because I have ADHD. Like, you know, like, oh, my brain is like.
You're not ditzy. It's just a learning disability.
That's right. That's right. Why are you making fun of me? I have an executive function disability. Like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my god, I'm gonna do that. Like, if I ever hear another dumb blonde joke, I'm like, I'm autistic.
Right? Although, like, if they're just throwing jokes like that around, they don't care. Like,
and half the time, it's the men that are blonde, and I'm like, are you like? I'm gonna make it. I didn't say it was a female dumb blonde. Like, we should write some male dumb blonde jokes. I gotta think of some. Mary, I'll get back to you. All
right, Dawn, what is your problematic scene?
The father treated his son like shit and didn't believe him.
Yeah. Like, there's this woman dead. Don't give me that shit. Like, like, I'm not falling for that. Like, go fucking check. Like, first of all, maybe your kid's having like psychosis or something and needs some mental health support. Or like, just fucking brush that shit off. Like, no, go get a pizza.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
For me, even. It's not even for the kid. It's for him.
He gets no pizza. Like, was it his dad though?
Yeah, that was his dad.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. The man caring for him, his guardian of some sort.
I thought he was like working there or something. Like,
no, that was his dad.
Oh, okay. Like, but
it's like
4-year-old staff member.
When you're well, in small towns, that's normal. Having 14-year-old kids working for you. But it's also like when your kid is seeing like monsters under their bed, like you go in, you kind of like support them. You like spray the fake monster spray, double check, like ease their anxieties a little bit. And he doesn't even check while the kid is there. Like he could have easily just walked to the room to check, just to ease the kid's anxiety if it was and his imagination, but he doesn't even do that. He's just like, go and get me a pizza, double toppings, whatever those toppings are. I don't know. Roadkill.
You know what to get. Yeah. No, that was not good.
I do have one more. Just in case every once in a while we have a conservative that starts listening to us for some reason. They think we're funny. If gender is not a construct, how do they know to use he, him pronouns for this tire?
Maybe they're French and they just pronoun everything.
But they're all the spectators, they didn't seem very French to me.
They're French Canadian.
That's all I'm saying. It's like I'm like, they're all speaking English. None of them have accents, and they're he/himing this tire that they correctly pronounced. He was male. His name is Robert, played by Goodyear. But what makes him male? Because he doesn't have a dick, nor does he have XY chromosomes, nor does he have testosterone. So, checkmate, transphobes.
Yeah,
your move.
Take that. Yeah. All right, my final question I picked, because every time we do these, we have like a different question. If you were an inanimate object and you came to life to go on a murdering spree, what would that object be, and how would you murder people? I'll go first because, like, why not? All right. So this is my costume. Okay, I'm a snowman. So if that's the type of inanimate object I'd be, because like, and it's winter, and like, you could just be like, oh, like the neighbors' kids or like some neighborhood kids built this snowman, cute, ha ha ha, and then everybody in town goes to sleep, and then I can like creepily just like go to people's houses. And like I can turn into water because I'm a snowman, and then like I go into their houses and then like go up their like noses and mouths into their lungs and like drown them, and then I like leave, and then I turn back into a snowman, and that is how I go around killing everybody.
You're just dry drowning them.
Just like I'm not waterboarding. I'm just going straight in there.
You're like hanging out for 3 minutes. And then
well, like, and then I just go, and then like no one will expect to be like,
someone doing that, maybe like put the water in their brain and then possess them and be them.
Oh, like maybe that's what I do for summer months because it's not cold enough to be a snowman.
Yeah.
Perfect. I like keep my hat and my carrot in the freezer and my scarf.
No, your human you're controlling just happens to they put the carrot in their pants, they wear the hat and the scarf.
They're just my carrot penis. What happened? What it like?
Why would you put that back in your face then?
After it's been on someone's testicles.
It's like, your carrot, like,
like you're using someone else's body.
I smell
their
like
balls are rubbing up on your carrot.
Yeah, but you're controlling it. You can wash his balls. You can wipe his ass
Too late.
too.
They're not your balls though. They were someone else's.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh man, like, and then I'd be like, oh, it smells like home.
Actually, during the winter months, you put him in the freezer so that you can just like use him for the summer. You just defrost him later.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
So you're the same person, you know? You don't have
Every
to like
single time.
Yeah.
People think he's like a snowbird or whatever. Like he goes to Florida and like lives his life, but really it's me the whole time.
Whoa. Have you ever seen okay, there's 2 movies with the same title, but have you ever seen Jack Frost?
I have
Which one?
Michael Keaton. That's when I
Right.
Yes.
Michael Keaton. There is a horror movie also called Jack Frost, and it's the story of Jack Frost if he murdered people, like if it was a serial killer father that died and possessed a snowman and then killed people.
Does he melt? Does he take my idea?
No, he uses knives.
Okay, all right, okay. All right. Like, did he steal my idea?
No. They didn't have the CGI budget to film
water.
You know.
I feel like there's more CGI in a snowman going than a pile of water on your face.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even know. Like, I don't even think he was a CGI snowman. He might have been in a costume or in some parts anyway.
Fucking yeah. The budget is a bucket of water you throw on somebody. Like that costs us $100, guys. Like one day
water on their face, like like the amount you'd have to pay the actor to do that. They're like, hey, do you mind being waterboarded for a minute? Probably more minutes if we don't get the shot in the first take.
Yeah, like there was in that Game of Thrones, the actress was like having a hard time with that. Like she was like, there's like a waterboarding scene with like the nun or something, and like she said like she had like traumatic. She did therapy after. I was like, oh my god, like that's too dedicated to your craft. Okay.
Just say no, they'll figure it out.
That's right. They have stunt doubles.
Like you're literally part of a union when you're that big of an actor. Like, come on. But yeah, I like but maybe next year I'll pick Jack Frost for a movie to review.
We can do Christmas horror
if you want, because we can also watch Black. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Krampus is good. I was gonna say Black Christmas and Silent Nights.
That too.
So we got a couple. There's a couple there.
There's so many Christmas horror.
There is actually. It's weird.
Maybe that's just what we'll do for December. Like fuck everything. We're just doing movie reviews now.
That's it. We are now
a review podcast.
And like
just
every month
holidays. Only holidays, and then like we'll do a Valentine's one too.
I know, but there's a holiday every fucking month. Like November, it's like my birthday and
holiday in and of itself, obviously.
Remembrance Day.
So I'm not watching war movies. Fuck that shit.
Remembrance Day movies. It's not war movies. It's how the government takes advantage of veterans.
I ain't watching that shit.
We'll watch Saving Ryan's Privates.
No, not watching that.
And like December, it's
Christmas,
the winter solstice, and Christmas, and New Year's, and January, it's New Year's, and other holidays, and
there's like a mental health day in there too.
February, Family Day,
Groundhog Day.
Valentine's Day.
We just review Groundhog Day, the movie, every year.
And all week, like 4 weeks of Groundhog Day.
4 weeks. So that's just, oh my God, we should do that just as a joke. Because fuck it. Do you care, listeners?
Do you care what we're doing?
If you care, you have to comment. That's the rules. I'm trying to up our engagement.
You can't say shit if you don't like it. Too bad, because you didn't say it. It's like voting. You can't complain until next vote.
Agreed.
Even if you voted for somebody who's shitty, you can complain. Be like, oh fuck, I made a mistake. That's okay.
Like that's okay. Like you're allowed to change your vote the next election.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
you
just
can complain the whole time.
Your parents and your grandparents and your great grandparents all voted for the same party doesn't mean you have to.
I feel like that's what it is for, like, no one understands politics. Like, how do you see in Canadian politics when you, like, right now we have, like, we're going to have a federal election next year, but it's like people are like, are upset about provincial policies not getting, like, followed and stuff, but they're blaming, like, the federal government.
People don't understand the different levels. Like, they don't blame, like,
you understand.
Like they'll like yell at like the mayor about something about like the homeless, and I'm like, the only thing that the mayor isn't like responsible for really is like infrastructure. That's it.
The safety of the unhoused and the people there. Like
so like when the mayors work on or like trying to kick out homeless, like move homeless encampments, yes, you can blame the mayors.
Yeah.
If you're blaming them on the lack of shelters and stuff, well, they're not receiving enough funding for that. So it's like there's some things you can blame them for when in regards, and there's other things you can't. And like
like blaming for the amount of them and in the parks, and I'm like, no, you can't.
That's capitalism, baby. Like capitalism.
Yeah, so it's so funny. So I feel like people are just like picking their political parties like sports teams. Like Kyle's a huge fan of Toronto Maple Leafs. Never won in his lifetime, obviously. Still a fan. Like they haven't won like since '67 or some bullshit like that. Pick a different team, asshole. Pick a different team.
Winning team, like
any other team.
And it's true because like now like politicians are getting merch. And they're ending up on podcasts. Hey, if any politicians, even from alternate parties, hit us in the DMs. But I'm just saying, like, they're like not like they're acting as if it's like almost like a celebrity cult following to some politicians now. Like, and it's usually the right wing ones, especially like Pierre Poilievre. It's like his fans. You can tell they're his fans. Like,
oh my god, he just uses buzzwords, and it's like he's Elvis thrusting his pelvis, and like the ladies are like, like I feel like they're not listening to actually what's being said.
They're not,
but it's not young women; it's mostly old dudes.
Dudes and white middle-aged women. Like that's the worst part. Like I hate being like I'm white. We're all white.
We're almost middle-aged.
Middle-aged women.
Well, okay, we're real life middle-aged, not 50s plus middle-aged. You know what I mean? Like a lot of 50-year-olds still call themselves middle-aged.
I feel like 30 to 60 is middle-age.
If you're lucky, 60 and live to 120, like good for you.
That's the plan.
But it's just like, like a lot of older white women, a majority vote for Trump. And majority are voting for Pierre Poilievre, and like, it's just a bad look, guys. Like, don't do it.
Yeah,
right. You're making me look bad.
Look, like we get you're not having babies anymore, but some of us still are. Like, you got to live your life with like abortion not being like in Canada anyway talked about really, and now you're advocating for it. Come on.
Well, it's because a lot of like Canadians are getting their political views from like American news.
Yeah, we always have. That's literally been our problem forever.
Social media has made that worse and not better. You think with having the internet, you'd have all that information.
Well, with the internet comes bots from different.
The dead internet theory, like it's half
Oh my
bot.
god.
Like and yeah, I have a sociology degree and I rarely use it. It's fucking just. But one of the things I learned in my sociology of media class was when like Canada, used to be a British colony and all that. When we started getting like electricity and stuff, and they're like, we got to put outlets in. We got to put outlets in the houses so that you can plug shit in. They had to like the government had to fight between, are we going to go with the British outlets like the UK outlet stuff, or are we going to just do the ones that are like southern of us? And they decided on the one south of us because we're closer and therefore it's cheaper to get.
Yeah.
And that's literally where our American media started, because then it's like the American media stuff, they started ahead of us. So obviously we're using the same outlets, the same satellite, like everything. So they're like, okay, we'll just add some American media in there. And that's literally why we have to have CanCon laws, like Canadian content laws, or else we would just be overrun with American media. We would have nothing Canadian without those laws. So I some like right wingers argue against Canadian content laws, and it's like we fucking need those, or we'd have no Canadian content.
Yes, we'd be very aggressive.
Yeah.
No, it's just, and there's so much happening in the States, so there's always American news going, because like their population is a lot more than us, so they're going to have more stuff going on. And unfortunately, a lot of that is more aggressive stuff. So I feel like everyone has all this like negative shit, like just falling on their face to suffocate them. That's my summer one. I'm just going to shit on people's face.
Well, it's literally like in the States, like their violence is so much heavier just because of the gun stuff. So they always have like some murder to talk about, or mass shooting or something.
Yeah, and lack of mental health, like that kind of like
lack of healthcare in general.
Yeah, you can have all the guns you want. If you're not crazy, they're just going to sit there. Crazy is a terrible word. Anyone suffering mental health, I'm sorry. I was just like an exaggeration where I just want to point that out. You're not crazy.
It's just a history of violence, a history of erratic behavior, a history of drug use. Like these are all things that should make it so you cannot own a gun, like basic shit.
Yeah. But again, like, you can have all the guns you want, but if you have poor mental health or stuff going on, like your wife cheats on you, that, maybe shouldn't have a gun, but
yeah. I mean, it also increases the rate of suicide because it's an easy way to go. Yeah. So, I mean, people forget that the population of Canada can fit into one state, like California. The whole population of Canada can fit into California.
We're spread out.
We are very small. Yeah. Very small, lots of land.
Yes, they're only 10% of America population wise. It might have gone up. I don't know. Last time I checked, we're only like around 10%.
Yeah.
But Dawn Marie, what would you be, and how would I do it?
I would be a fork. And as soon as someone put me in their mouth, I'm going to the back of their like neck. That's it.
So like you'd like hang out at restaurant?
Yeah, or at someone's house, like, and then get handed down to a different family, go to like different like garage sales, whatever.
So you wouldn't be able to move on your own.
No, I know.
Just be okay. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, would you be able, like, would you hop, or would you just not be able to move? You're just
like, well, I guess I could be able to move because I'm like, I am stabbing people. Like, I am like, they'll put me in their mouth, and then I'm like, like.
Yeah, you're like using the momentum to push yourself off of their hand or something,
and slide right through.
Maybe she gets her energy from the person, so they have to be like holding her.
And then you go for a nap until you are being held.
Maybe no, I'd be like the tire. I think I would like, but find ways, like convince people to want to take me home. That would be my superpower.
You polish yourself. You're like, yeah.
And be like, oh my god, that's the most beautiful fork I've ever seen. We must have it.
Well, I was imagining that like you're like an antique fork, You know, like they found it at a yard sale for a quarter, that kind of stuff. And I'm just imagining you like hopping up the stairs while they're sleeping, and you just like stabbing them.
Yeah. Like Beauty and the Beast, where everything comes to life, and like you're like used to be like a
be my guest, be
but-
my guest.
Oh yeah, that would be so fucking creepy.
Yeah, because the snowman isn't, but like a fork.
Snowman isn't watching you.
And melting and going up your nose, like
just like anything can kill you. Watch out.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, you'd have like a really pretty design, like
yeah, like I have to attract people to want to take me home.
You're from Titanic. You're like a spirit from the Titanic. You're one of the poor people who got like stuck, like
I'm fucking Jack. I got shoved off the door and now I'm pissed.
Sorry. There's
But
speaking of objects killing you, there is a fucking giant. What the fuck are you? It's gone. I can't find it. Oh god.
It's a fork.
It's a fucking fork. Oh no.
Well, it's really okay. So I don't know if you guys watch VeggieTales, but one of my favorite VeggieTales movie is called Lord of the Beans, and it's
I love it.
I know it's a fun little parody of Lord of the Rings. You know, Bilbo Baggy Pants, and Legolam, and all of them. They all go on. Instead of orcs, it's a bunch of evil sporks. And so I was very like, that's pretty much what I'm picturing in my head. Like you have little glowing eyes that pop out every once in a while when you're getting close to killing them.
Like a fucking snail.
Okay, I will say mine. It kind of is one of the reasons I'm using this. I would be a Stanley Cup. Because I feel like the people that obsessively bought all the Stanley Cups are the people that, maybe if it happened, they might deserve it. I don't know. Maybe. Not all of you, obviously, but it was a big Mormon thing, and from what I heard about Mormonism, not good. And it's funny because I would combine both of your killing strategies. Ironically, I was thinking like the straw goes and like hits like the roof of the mouth because that hits the brainstem.
No, your carotid artery is right behind your tonsil. So like if you go through and like go past your tonsil and hit that carotid artery, they're dead.
That
goes right to your brain.
It's the same with the back top of your palate. That's the one reason when they incubate you, if you are of an older age, it's more of a risk because that part can break, and then that's your like
it
brain.
Gets softer.
Yeah. So if you get intubated, that's why they always say, the older you get, the more you want a DNR because you don't want to accidentally just get killed in the resuscitation. So I was like, either way, I'm stabbing the back of your throat. I'm hitting an artery. I'm hitting a brain. It doesn't matter. Or depending what you're drinking, I'm fucking drowning you, bitch. Like, like just face hugging like an alien. Just like the lids. Like if you take them off, it can cover your nose and your mouth. So yeah, so I feel like
a whole seal there.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be the way to go, considering the majority of people that bought Stanley Cups were white. And I'm just reverse colonialism. I feel like
doing your part.
Yeah, land back and all.
I've been watching a lot of like TikTok videos. Like I call them like you're rich and I'm poor.
Yes.
And they like all the fucking accessories they have for these fucking cups. Like the backpacks for them. Just like carry a fucking gym bag at this
They have
point.
a different ice cube tray to do the different rings to make it fit into the cup. They have like little keychain things that go on the handle. They have like little huggy parts to go around the cup. It's fucking insane.
They have like purse straps for it.
Yeah.
They like
Yeah, those are the people, the powerful, and like my dad's name is also Stanley, so I feel like it's just like I'm gonna possess a Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? And I possess the ultimate Stanley Cup, and I make sure that when the Maple Leafs win, I'm like,
I was gonna say,
yeah,
it's the only Stanley Cup we're ever gonna get. So,
like, dunk. You could totally waterboard somebody with that cup, because you could put so much liquid in it, just like hold them down, just slow drop.
Yeah.
Use a jersey. Like a little Maple Leaf jersey on their face.
No, they have to sacrifice a Maple Leaf to by Maple Leaf, I mean like a hockey player from the team.
Yeah.
To the Stanley Cup, they got to fill it with his blood, and then that's how they summon Satan to then help them.
Hey, leave Satan out of it. He's a good guy, okay?
Yeah, leave my friend out of it.
Yeah. Summon someone else, man. Leave him alone. No, he gets a bad rep.
He will help. He's gonna make the Toronto Maple Leafs win again.
That's right. He's helping them win.
Yeah. So we praise Satan to come up. Like we hail him.
I literally have a satanic flag on my wall. We praise Satan in this house.
Hail Satan.
But yeah, so I'd be a Stanley Cup.
That's good. I feel like Stephen King would write about it. Like all of his fucking books are like, he like looks around his like house or his like desk or something. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna use this pen.
I was gonna say this fucking pen right here.
And it's gonna come to life and it's gonna fucking murder everybody. And he'll just go around.
Got hit by a car once and wrote like 5 books and a mini series about it.
He was like on some really good drugs. Like I feel like that would really help any creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I could take like 3 weeks off of life and just be high, I feel like I could get some creativeness done.
If you get any holiday time when you come like back to our country province,
let
me know. We'll get some good drugs.
We'll get the good drugs, and we will just. We think we're being creative, but we're just not like, nah. Like,
hey, if there's a guitar in the room, you're creative. Like that's right. Isn't that the rule?
Oh my god! All of a sudden, I think I'm this greatest singer and guitar player. It's not. And
I'll just set up a camera and we'll do shrooms and we'll forget the camera's there.
Woo woo.
I'll
be a backup singer.
It'll be a Patreon exclusive, so make sure you check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
We have our pre-drink series at the $5 and up tier, but you can even get access to other things at the $2 and up tier, and then of course we have our VIP Patreons like Stephanie Hurst. So yeah, if you are at that tier, we'll shout your name out here.
Every single time.
Every single one.
Every time.
As long as you stay subscribed. And then the next episode, and we're like, oh, they're not VIP no more.
Yeah. Then we just have to like make up a name.
Yeah.
Blank.
Yeah. We would like to thank Blank for subscribing.
This could be you. This proves advertising works.
That's right. This bench works.
Do we want to do like an overall rating?
Yeah. So this movie made no fucking sense to me.
No reason.
I hated it, but I fucking loved it at the same time. I was so mad. I have never felt so passionate about a movie before. So fucking mad, but I loved it. I'm giving it like a 7, just because like
that's higher than I'm giving it. I'm giving it a 6. A 6.
I was so invested though. I was like, oh my god, like I need.
Yeah, like I had to finish. No, I wanted more. Like I wanted more, but I didn't at the same time. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck?
I was ready to give up 10 minutes in. But no, I had to keep going. I was like, no, something's gonna happen.
This is why we need the prequel and the sequel.
That's right.
So we need more.
Yeah, give us more rubber, creatives. It's been 14 years. We've waited long enough.
That's right. I'm sure you have enough volunteers ready to go.
Yeah.
Look, I will stand in
volunteer.
a desert for you.
Yeah, we'll totally be in it.
I will risk getting poisoned to be in your movie. I will eat turkey off the dirt if we get a prequel and a sequel. That's it, I guess.
Okay, so Don, you're just a 6 because you wanted more?
Yeah. But I didn't at the same time. Like
Yeah.
I did not want more, but I did.
Okay, I'm with Sonia. I say a 7. I really like it literally felt like one of those, like if Leslie Nielsen did a horror movie. Like that's it kind of was almost like Scary Movie-esque. Like it was just pointing out like tropes, but then like making fun of them, but there was no reason. And it was just like the meta vibe I liked. I do feel like, again, there should have been a better death scene. That's pretty. I guess the ending really fizzled out for me. It's like I was so pumped in the beginning when the car is like hitting these chairs that are just falling apart. Like I was like, I need to keep watching this. This is amazing. And I was like, it just never got, So I agree with Dawn, but I'm still rating it a 7.
There was no finishing. It's just like, you just like get frustrated. Like
there's no climax. There's no finish.
Rubber is just edging.
It's like a permanent boner. Like you're stuck with blue balls.
Yeah, it's just fluffing you, but it's not getting you like that's it,
Yeah,
that's why we need a sequel. Finish it.
Bad Viagra trip. Like,
you need
to,
and we need the prequel because like we need the warm up, like we don't want to just go right in. Like
foreplay.
Yeah, we were too rushed in. Like it was
it just went in and then before you could finish, it was done. Like it was the worst sex of my life.
For no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason. There's no reason. I do want everyone to watch this movie though.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, you have to watch it.
I feel like everyone
needs to waste that 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, everyone.
I feel like it's like a rite of passage now. Like
it is the best and worst time of your life.
And I feel like there needs to be more of a cult following. Like Princess Bride, everybody knows like that's not, that word doesn't mean what you think it means, or as you wish. And I feel like No Reason needs to be another kind of like
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna start adding that to my vocabulary now. Like anytime something happens, I'm just like, no reason.
I have like fuck, no reason.
Why did they make E.T. Brown?
No reason.
Yeah.
Why is our podcast ending?
No reason.
Well, there is a reason. I have to go to bed.
You fucking ruined it, Sonia.
Okay.
Why does Sonia have to go to bed? No reason.
No reason.
No reason, because I'm sick and I could stay up forever. I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Oh my god, get the fuck off our podcast.
You're ruining the bit.
No, I'm saying there is no reason. I'm agreeing.
Okay. Well, thank you so much to everyone for listening and watching, and we will see you all next week.
Good night.
Yeah, we'll see you. Bye.